Hello, my name is Steve Gearhart, and this is the Unagi Observer. I had intended to do the sushi tutorial, but if you can tell by the sound of my voice, that's not going to happen until probably after the holidays. If you hear me start to coughing and then the audio suddenly goes out, it's because I'm in a coughing jack. Okay, so we're going to do a short video today. I'm going to talk a little bit about Otakon and a little bit about the future of the Unagi Observer. Let's start with Otakon. Okay, here's some just basic information. Otakon will be held at the Walter E. Washington Convention Center in Washington, D.C. from August 11th through the 13th for the 2017 season. From what I hear, it is a very nice convention center, a lot of room. As a matter of fact, we will not be using the whole convention center because we're, believe it or not big enough. I know, crazy, right? After spending years at the Baltimore Convention Center, how can we not be big enough? So anyway, so there should be a lot of room. Now, speaking of rooms, there are still some hotel rooms available in DC for Otakon. There are going to be links at the regular Otakon site and the new Otakon website. The links for both of those are down below, but go through there and check to see what are still available. And from what I can tell, plenty are. Now, one of the things that I noticed from the panel at this past Otakon describing the move to Washington was how a lot of people like myself had decided that because of their age and they've been going to Otakon for 10 plus years like I have decided to retire from going to Otakon. I can certainly understand that, but one of the reasons why I want to try out the new convention center is simply because I want to try it out and see how hard it would be. I'm going from very easy, where the convention center up here in Baltimore is literally less than a mile away from me, to having to travel and book a room in Washington, D.C. So I'm going to see how well this works out before I say whether or not I'm going to return to Otakon. And in all honesty, it'll probably be not retiring from Otakon per se, but probably going infrequently. Because as of June 11th this year, I will be closer to 50 than I will be to 40. And plus, I have some plans that are in the making to do something here in Baltimore. So let me stop about Otakon and move into that. So we're at that time of year again where we talk about the future of the Unagi Observer itself. There's still going to be 2 more episodes in 2016, and I'm going to tack one on to the end in January at the end of the season. Normally I finish up before the New Year's, but because again, as I was sick, I wasn't able to do the sushi thing and I want to do it right, so I'm going to put it up in January. So anyway, there will be changes again because it's ever evolving, this particular channel of mine. And this year I'm definitely paying attention to what you guys liked and what you didn't like, and we're going purely on things that had larger amount of views, and I'm going to focus on those things. I'll reveal those as the New Year's comes closer, but again, we're going to get a couple more episodes in here. We're going to talk about next week, of course, Christmas in Japan, and the one after that I'm going to talk about the year in review kind of thing. And then at some point in January will be a mini-series on making sushi. And then we're going to take some time off, and then we're going to start the whole new season of the Unagi Observer for 2017. And I can tell you some big things in 2017. Obviously, the new home for Otakon. And the other thing that I am going to start on, it's a change I alluded to a little bit earlier, which is I kind of want to make the Unagi Observer a non-profit thing. The reason why I want to do that is because I don't get any payment out of this. I don't get any free stuff. I don't get anything for doing this. This is a complete labor of love on my part. So I figure I'll put it into a non-profit because that will then enable me to start on a sort of big goal I've had that I thought about actually as long as 5 years ago, and once I knew that Otakon was going to be leaving Baltimore, and that is possibly, I don't know if this will be successful or not, but I figure the beginning of this will happen in 2017, the very first part of this, which is to create a new anime convention for Baltimore. There's a lot of details and things like that, and I'm going to need your help because one person can't do it by themselves. There's a reason why you want this as a non-profit as opposed to a for-profit, and there's kind of things easier to do once they're established. Since the Unagi Observer is already established, it has a inherent theme to it. It'll be easy to make it into a non-profit. Okay, that's about all I'm going to talk about because my voice is about to give out. And I will see you guys next week. My name is Steve Gerhardt, and this is the Unagi Observer.